I mean, it is no news that Prince Harry actually misses his family. Like, he misses his brother and his father. And in this video, it's coming from Talk TV. It's titled, Prince Harry requested a meeting with King Charles and Prince William, a royal roundup. I'm not surprised. Are you guys surprised? Anyway, I can't wait to dive in with you guys into this video. I'll be dropping my thoughts during the course of this video and after this video. So it's important that I watch to the end so that I can give a meaningful comment in the comment section. You don't have to drop anything if you don't want to drop anything, but you can just say hello in the comment section and I'll be right there to say hi to you back. Okay, do not forget to like, share, subscribe. My name is Ogechi. You're welcome. If it's your first time here, hi, welcome to my channel, and let's just get straight into it. Okay,
Rupert Bell, good morning to you.
Good morning, James. I thought that had been consigned to history, that particular stab, but unfortunately it seems like it has been unearthed for the new era. Never mind.
No, exactly. No, we're back. The home of, they call it the home of common sense. I think it's the home of finding things under the back of the sofa. Anyway, which I guess is in these times of difficult, constrained money, is the right thing to do. Meanwhile, David Beckham. So he's almost royalty in his own way, king of the brands. I mean, there's a whole load of discussions. If you want to sell your brand, and there's a fantastic story about Brand It Like Beckham, you might like to know, which lists a whole range of things that basically, if you get David Beckham on board, whether it's as a Hugo Boss model, plugging new headphones for AliExpress, which is the website that you can start off. Stella Artois, the cheeky beer, or Nespresso, he does those. And his latest thing, Dosh and Becks, they say in here, his latest thing, he's tied up with Ninja, who makes some really rather fantastic cooking devices. So he's doing all of that. Plus, yes, he's on the front pages because the King seems to have signed him up as well. What's he doing?
Well, it's helping with the King's Foundation. Yes, it is a question. And even in the upcoming European Championships, he's been signed for big international brands to be one of the faces of the European Championships. No company seems to, but they have to splash the cash to do it. But this, with the King's Foundation, might be a different kind of role. It's ambassadorial, and what it's suggesting is that down in Highgrove, where a lot of people are paid to be part of the King's Foundation in learning sort of specialist skills and sort of country life. Now, of course, we have seen David Beckham embracing the country life, a beekeeper, and he's always got his chickens, and he's now sort of embracing rural life in his Cotswold idyll. It's a pretty big idyll by anybody's standards that he has here, but he went down to Highgrove to see the King, and I can see why, because, you know, Beckham does have a cachet with the young and what he's achieved, and he's obviously been very successful at promoting things. And there's also the slight undercurrent that he probably does want one day to be Sir David Beckham knighted. So this will all look good for Brand Beckham, that he's associated with the King. But looking at the pictures, the King clearly enjoyed having David around Highgrove.
Well, who wouldn't? Look, David Beckham, I've had the pleasure of meeting him once or twice in the past. Very entertaining, very funny. He's a lovely sort of personality, very engaging. He does sell stuff really well. I think this is a brilliant sort of signing up, if you like, by the King. The King had to reinvent this particular charity. And the thing is that David Beckham, if you have a look at the socials, unless he's got some amazing people who are just making stuff for him, he does have a genuine interest and passion for bees and honey and rural lifestyle, but in an accessible way. And look, I've got neighbours who make, the bees. Their bees make honey, and I think it's an amazing hobby to have. It's quite involved. It's susceptible to all sorts of different weathers and climate change and various other things. Homemade homemade honey is absolutely delicious. It could taste completely different from anything that you buy in the supermarket, and well done to him. Bravo, David Beckham. I'm on Brand Beckham.
Absolutely right. I mean, I know, and actually, if you eat the honey produced in the local area, it might help. It does say that helps you with hay fever and all that. And indeed, just in my next door field, I've got a whole lot of bees that then come up and eat my lavender, and then luckily enough I get the odd jar from the person, because and it's absolutely delicious. But Beckham, of course, he will have the best monogrammed beekeeper suit that you have out there. If you see pictures of him when he does his beekeeping, it's not just any old sort of ragtag and bob sort of. He gets the very best designer beekeeping outfit.
Yeah, he certainly does, and he certainly plays the part as best he either can or does. But there we are. Meanwhile, let's talk Harry, because everybody likes a bit of Harry chat. We know that he's asked for meetings. We know that he wants to try and talk about the state of things. But it's kind of, I just came in and trashed your house, and now I want to apologise for it sort of job. Well, would you? I don't know. Is Harry ever going to meet with either his brother or his dad?
Well, unless he offers the hand and says a bit of apologies, because he has broken the sort of rules and they don't trust him anymore. So any meeting they have, they feel that might actually then end up being revealed somewhere down the line. And that's the problem. Harry always thinks it's everybody else's fault. That's the problem. And even, any meeting, and that's what William and the King have a problem with, is until he accepts that there may be some middle ground and it's not all their fault and that he has a part to play in this, then I'm afraid there doesn't seem to be any way back for him. He is ostracized from his family, but it's of his own doing. He's the one who's got to offer the hand of friendship and rebuild the trust. How he does it, I don't know, because at the moment, William and the King have have important other things on their mind. One, in the case of his wife recovering, i.e. the Princess of Wales, and in the other case that Harry's father is still recovering from cancer, even though we have been seeing him out and about more frequently over the recent days.
Let's talk a little bit about the King.
Yeah, I also personally think that it is Harry who should extend the hand of friendship back. He has actually broken their trust several times. And if he's requesting for a secret meeting, there's a kind of break in trust that they don't really trust that whatever they're going to say there is going to be kept, there. So he has actually broken. And I mean, like Robert rightfully mentioned, the King has even Williams has other things that that are bothering them. They have other things on their mind. So if Harry is actually interested in meeting up with his family again, he has to be more intentional about it. I mean, it's only normal that he misses his family, right? So if he actually wants to actually do this, he needs to actually be intentional. Let him prove to his family that I am really sorry about breaking your trust, the trust, and being who I've become. He has to be intentional about it. Let's know in the comment section if of course I totally believe his father will accept him back. Even his brother misses him. There's a video I did where his brother is beginning to get closer to one of their cousins, right? Yeah, so these are the things. If Harry is actually very intentional about it, I'm very sure this will go the right way. What do you guys think in the comment section? Please drop it in the comment section below.
King and what he might be up to. I'm assuming with the Epsom derby and various other things taking place, I don't know how keen the King is on horses and racing, but I guess he'll go, and I guess he'll show some enthusiasm.
Well, Royal Ascot is going to be his next. He was at Epsom on Friday because he had a horse running in the Oaks, which he came down. He flew in the Royal helicopter at about 3 o'clock, presented the prize for the Coronation Cup, and then he saw his horse run rather disappointingly. He didn't, as they say, get the trip, a horse called Treasure, but he was there. Now, I do know that he has, when the late Queen was alive, he very much kept in the shadow and said this is his mother's big sort of love and didn't want to sort of get involved. But actually, with the current Queen, who does love racing, his enthusiasm has gone up a huge notch. And when he had that royal winner at Royal Ascot last year, that sort of cemented his affection for the sport. And I know he is genuinely interested when he has a winner, even if it's at a sort of lesser meeting. I mean, on Friday, he actually owned a winner at Chepstow. And I do know for a fact that he was told he will be otherwise engaged at 3:35 so he can watch the the aforementioned race at Chepstow. So he is genuinely interested in horse racing, but obviously not necessarily to the same level of his mother, who took it to a whole new level of enthusiasm, but he is genuinely interested, and I'm sure we'll see him at Ascot. Whether for all 5 days, I'm not sure, but he has a genuine chance of winning one of the races, I think, on the Friday. So I would expect him.
He may well. So Desert Hero was the winner last time. Was that one of his or one of his mother's?
And that was one of his, and that's why he was so chuffed when it won. And his mother was obviously involved in it. So and this horse that ran in the Oaks was bred by his mother as well. So great deal of sort of affection and mother leaving her legacy.
Why does this sound really interesting to me? Like horse racing. It's quite interesting that, you know, the Queen was very much interested in horse racing than the present king, right? It sounds very weird to me because I mean, I've never heard that horses actually race, and you know, there's a winner, there's a loser, and it's interesting to hear that, you know, the king and the queen's horses came last in the race. It's so funny. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but it's a new thing. Like, I've never heard that there's a thing like horse racing. There's a winner. I mean, they mentioned that, you know, one of the kings, when the queen was still alive, you know, one of the kings, King Charles's horses won one of the races. I'm sure it'll be interesting. Like, it'll be so interesting to watch, right? Yeah, if you guys have any video of anything like this, please send them to me. I'd love to react to it. I mean, it's quite interesting to hear. Yeah, legacy
with some good horses that they do have within the royal sort of stable, as it were. And hopefully this year, as we know, it's been a pretty difficult year. If he were to have another winner at Royal Ascot, I'm sure that would put a very positive feeling as he continues his recovery. But he's going to have a busy month because he's got the King's Birthday Parade just before that. I'm sure maybe we'll see him at the Garter ceremony, which traditionally takes place before the Monday before Royal Ascot. And obviously it's quite difficult at the moment. There was due to be a state visit from Japan, but I don't know whether that's going to take place. Because obviously, as we're in the middle of an election period, and the royal family have said they're trying to take a step back from anything that appears overtly political.
Well, we'll certainly keep our eyes on, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more royal news and things to keep us entertained. Rupert Bell, royal correspondent, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on Talk. Much appreciated.
That was quite an interesting interview with Rupert, the royal family correspondent. That was really nice, you know, to hear from him. Now, which of these stories actually resonates with you? For me, it's the horse racing. It's the horse racing. I mean, I've never heard of horses racing, and then, you know, one particular horse comes as first. Like, it will be an interesting watch, to be honest. Another one that resonated with me is Prince Harry. I feel like he has to extend that hand of, you know, forgiveness first. He broke their friendship, he broke their love, he broke their trust, you know. He moved out of the palace. I mean, I feel like he misses his family, obviously. He needs to meet them at the middle point. Like, they have to have a conversation. He needs to build back that trust, you know, they have in him. Let's know in the comment section what you think about, you know, that meeting with the king and Prince William. What do you think? Do you think it will go well? I personally think that if there's a middle ground, if there's some sort of reasoning, it will definitely go well. And you know, if Prince Harry is intentional about this, and you know, the palace, they have a lot of things on their hands right now, so he needs to be very intentional, and they have to actually see that he's intentional about, you know, coming back to himself. This is such an interesting video. Please do well to like, share, subscribe, drop a comment on what you think pertaining any of the conversations that we had today. And yeah, thank you for sticking by me to this part of the video. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye.